few realize the true weight of Iran's geopolitical grip on the world's energy lifeline. Sitting on the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow but vital maritime choke point, Iran holds influence over nearly 20% of global oil trade that flows through this passage daily. According to the US Energy Information Administration (EIA), nearly 20 million barrels of oil per day pass through the strait, and any disruption could spark a global energy emergency. If Iran were to blockade the strait, the impact would be catastrophic. Oil prices would skyrocket, global inflation would soar, and the economic machinery of the West, especially energy-hunger powers like the United States and Europe, would come to a grinding halt. In contrast, Iran's close allies, many of whom are less dependent on Western supply chains, might find themselves at a rare advantage. Major global economies have long feared this scenario. Reports by Bloomberg and Al Jazeera warn that even the threat of closure sends tremors through the financial markets. The potential fallout isn't limited to rising fuel prices, it would ripple across manufacturing, transportation, and agriculture. Industrial operations could pause, supply chains would be choked, and public unrest might follow due to rising costs. Washington has always considered this a red line, which is why American naval fleets remain stationed in the Persian Gulf to deter such an event. Yet despite Tehran's capability, Iran has so far refrained from exercising this nuclear option. Analysts from Reuters argue that Tehran views the strait more as a geopolitical bargaining chip than a weapon, reserving its use for extreme scenarios, most notably direct military confrontation with the United States. For now, Iran shows strategic restraint. Officials in Tehran have repeatedly emphasized that they do not intend to block the strait unless provoked by open hostilities from Washington. This position reflects a calculated policy rather than a passive stance. Iran understands that a closure would not just harm its adversaries but also isolate it economically and diplomatically. Nevertheless, its command over the strait remains a potent reminder to Western powers that any escalation in the regional conflict, particularly military aggression against Iran, could lead to a seismic shift in global oil supply dynamics. As the Financial Times recently put it, Iran doesn't need to fire a single missile to shock the global economy. Just a naval blockade at Strait of Hormuz would be enough to send markets into chaos.